Jurassic Park is a 1993 action and adventure film starring Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and Richard Attenborough. When John Alfred Hammond invites paleontologist Alan Grant, paleobotanist Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Ian Malcolm to his island to get approval for his new attraction, Jurassic Park, things quickly go wrong, leading to some of his biological attractions escaping and wreaking havoc on the island. To add insult to injury, John also invited his grandkids to join our main cast of heroes on the tour and enjoy the attractions. Much to John's horror, however, when Dennis Nedry attempted to steal dinosaur embryos and sell them to Biosyn, he turned off a few of the major systems, which led to dinosaurs like Dilophosaurus, T-Rex, and Velociraptor being released. This leads to John Hammond trying to save the people he had brought into the park, as well as his grandchildren. After much carnage and destruction, our cast of heroes narrowly escape the island, now infested with dinosaurs. Alan declares to John Hammond that he's decided not to fully endorse his park, with John Hammond declaring, "So have I." They escape the island, and the movie ends. The characters in this film are iconic. Alan Grant is well written, and Sam Neill does a great job of playing him. In fact, if you were to say that somebody was going to replace Alan Grant, they were going to recast Alan Grant with somebody else, I would say, I'm not watching your movie. That's how good Sam Neill is in this movie. His character is so well written. He starts off the movie as being a paleontologist who's really involved with his work, and he doesn't really care about much else. He doesn't want kids. In fact, he says that kids are annoying and expensive. However, he grows throughout the movie as he does help John Hammond's kids escape the island. He does take care of them and he protects them, which really develops his personality from being this guy that hates children and thinks they're annoying to being a guy that's like, maybe they're not so bad. And this further develops him and Ellie's relationship throughout the movies. And Laura Dern's character, Ellie Sattler, is again another case of a well done character. She is a great character because the movie studios, the big blockbuster companies, could have chose to make her a girly girl character, just a sexy figure, but they didn't. They took the time to really execute her character and make her really deviate from what you would expect to see a female protagonist to do in a movie. She loves getting down and dirty. She's a nerd, and you don't see that a lot in movies. She's a fighter, and she's strong-willed and will challenge herself until the very end. She's a character you don't see a lot in movies, especially not back then. Jeff Goldblum's Ian Malcolm is a smooth character because it doesn't even feel like Jeff Goldblum is playing a character, but rather attributing his own personality into a character. Smooth sailing for his character all the way through. He even develops in the movie. He is an egotistical and very down-to-earth scientist. Everything is about logic, and he loves to preach it. His character is very egotistical, shown in the scene where Alan Grant is luring the T-Rex away from the Explorer, which has obviously Lex and Tim in it. And, Ian, being Ian, thinks this is cool and wants to do it himself, to make himself big and cool. And this obviously fails, and he almost ends up paying for his life, if only for his ego. He's also very sexist. Now, originally that might come off as creepy, but it's really not. For Ian Malcolm as a character, it really works in his favor. It's very smooth, and it works for a character like Ian Malcolm. Ian Malcolm, who's very preachy, likes to act like he's smart all the time, and is very sexist, almost to a quirky degree. And if you talk to anybody who's a fan of the first movie, even women will agree that this is one of his most endearing qualities for his character. John Alfred Hammond, and even Lex and Tim, his grandkids, feel like real people. They feel like real children. And John feels like a real businessman who actually cares about people's feelings and isn't just in it for the money or to see his business thrive. He cares about everything that is going on, and he realizes that he messed up and maybe hired the wrong people and is doing everything in his power to stop it. He feels like an actual human being for once, a businessman that isn't out for only himself in a blockbuster movie. You don't get those kind of characters in movies today. And that's what I like about the franchise so much, is the characters feel like real people reacting to real horrors happening around them. The music in the movie is great. The Jurassic Park theme is one of the most iconic themes in film today. I love this franchise, and maybe I'm just, being overly into it because it's something I grew up with. It's nostalgic to me, and I love this film. So maybe I'm just biased, but this film is a great film. You gotta agree with me on that point. The characters don't feel one-dimensional. They feel like real people. And the dinosaurs, as much as the dinosaurs are treated as theme park monsters in the film, and even Alan Grant says that in Jurassic Park 3, they feel like real creatures that could exist. The puppet work, the maquette work, it feels so realistic because at the end of the day, these are just animatronic puppets that are being manipulated for specific scenes, but they're done so well. Stan Winston and his crew did such a great job bringing the species that we see in Jurassic World and Jurassic Park to life. But let me know what you guys thought about this movie in the comments below. Do you think I'm just biased, or do my rants here have purpose? With that being said, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next video.